And now, your selection. Meet the stars.
In a world of wealth and privilege,
How's the Harvard sweetheart?
Divine.
getting an education
Says that you are pre-law.
After I graduate, I plan on getting married.
And then?
And then I'll be married.
means finding a husband.
You've got everything we've ever dreamed of.
Since your wedding, you've missed 6 classes.
Most of the faculty turn their heads when married students miss a class or two.
It's brilliant, really, when you think about it. A finishing school disguised as a college. I thought that I was headed to a place that would turn out tomorrow's leaders, not their wives. To hell with Wellesley, I'm done. Damn it!
It's a work of fiction steeped in factuality, so we're able to enjoy and be entertained, and at the same time realize, wow, you know, 50 years ago, things really were a lot more difficult for women, and there was a much stronger sense of a plight in finding one's own identity and one's own purpose here.
My impression of the 1950s, and obviously I didn't live then, but is that the politics in this country were horrible, and there was so much fear motivating everybody. Everyone was afraid of, because of the shock of World War II and what was going on internationally. Everyone was so afraid, and so domestic life became really important, and we sort of retreated back to our houses.
You're just in time for the truth or consequences.
I go first. Why aren't you married?
Oh. Wow. Well, I'm not married because I'm not. I was engaged. We were 18 and getting married Christmas of '41. Then Pearl Harbor happened and everything changed. Everybody changed. And by June, he was sent overseas.
A lot of times we want to fantasize about the decades that came before us. You know, we want to say, oh, in the 1950s things were so different. And I think it's easier for me to imagine that people were human beings then and they're human beings now, and that probably people themselves weren't particularly different. That the given circumstances shifted, and the things that constrain and constrict people were a little bit different then than they are now.
Hi. Much so.
Hi.
Ladies' choice?
Sure. Excuse me.
She's too good for you.
Maybe you're right.
I really liked having to go to finishing school and do all the preparatory work that we did, and even wear the girdles, but after a while, you know, it was so constricting that I decided to stop wearing it, and I felt really bad about that as an actor, but then I realized that Kirsten and Maggie were kind of doing the same thing, so we all sort of had silently decided to burn our bras, so to speak.
I think she's utterly flawed. That's her best quality, is that she knows that she doesn't know. And I think that's her ultimate realization, and what leads her to the decisions that she makes in the end is that she realizes that she came into this thinking she knew so many things so specifically, and that in fact the ultimate piece of knowledge is that she doesn't really fully realize anything.
Betty, I think, is scared of what she has to say and what she's bringing to the table, because Betty has never seen life through eyes like this before.
I was on my honeymoon, and then I had to set up house. What does she expect?
Attendance.
Most of the faculty turn their heads when the married students miss a class or two.
Well, then why not get married as freshmen? That way you could graduate without actually ever stepping foot on campus.
She has a breakdown, and I think when she discovers that, like, Catherine's the one who's kind of who she loves, who's kind of saving her life, is when Katherine leaves her. So there's like a desperation, I think, in the end.
When a smart, interesting woman walks into the room, it's appealing, and you know, you wanna be a part of it. You want to be around it, and I think that's how Giselle feels about Katherine Watson.
Do I look a little bit like her?
Like who? I think she's fabulous.
What the movie, I think, says to everybody, young girls, young boys, is that you are entitled to believe whatever it is you believe about whatever you come up against.
Humility and gratitude for their place in the world. Go home and hug your mom and say thanks.
You're the one who said I could do anything I wanted.
This place needs you, Catherine. We all do.
Mona Lisa smile.
Ciao, Mona Lisa.